7 years ago, I walked away from Nikon, the camera system that I thought I would use forever. I left not because it failed me, but because something else felt more exciting at the time. And for a long time, it was. But if I'm being honest, the camera that felt like home never really let go of me. It kept quietly whispering my name, tempting me to switch back over. Today, I'm expecting a package. What's coming? The camera that will bring me back home. In 2018, I sold my entire Nikon kit and went all in on Fujifilm, starting with the X-T3 that had just been announced. See, at the time, it felt obvious. Mirrorless was the future, and Nikon just wasn't ready for prime time yet. Fuji was lighter, faster, more innovative, and honestly, it felt like a lot more fun to shoot with. So I built everything around it. I shot weddings on Fuji, I traveled with Fuji, I built this YouTube channel on Fuji, and when I returned to professional photography after a hiatus, I did it on Fuji. And for a long time, it went great. But if I'm being honest, it never really felt like home. No matter how good the cameras were or which ones I tried, I always found myself missing something. The ergonomics, the menus, the way Nikon cameras just get out of your way and let you shoot. Hell, I liked the controversial feature where you hold down a button and then spin a dial to change the settings that so many people complain about. Fuji felt exciting, but Nikon felt familiar, even after all those years. That familiarity never stopped pulling me back. I tried to bridge the gap by picking up an XH2, hoping that that more modern, ergonomic layout would deliver what I'd been missing. And if I'm being honest, instead of fixing that feeling, it just made me miss my Nikon stuff even more. So as I started shooting professionally again, something changed. All of a sudden, I wasn't just, evaluating my choices based on how a camera felt or what I liked the best, but it also came down to whether I could trust it or not. And that's kind of when I started noticing things that I used to brush off of my Fuji cameras and not pay much attention to. My Fuji cameras would all freeze sometimes, completely lock up. The only way to get them working again was to pull the battery out and do a hard reset. That happened on every Fuji camera I have ever owned at some point. The X-T2, X-T3, X-H2, X-T20, XM5, every one of them at some point froze up and I had to pull the battery to get it to work again. It just seems to be a Fuji thing. And that's annoying when you're out taking photos for fun, but not the end of the world, right? However, when someone is paying you to capture the moments that they're never going to get back on a wedding day, that kind of unreliable behavior is simply unacceptable. And that's not even the worst of it. One night, it happened. I was shooting a wedding, the first dance, one of the most important moments of the entire day. And it was right then that my X-T3 decided it was going to factory reset itself. It just locked up, and when I turned it back on, everything was gone. Settings, custom modes, button mapping, gone. Right in the middle of a first dance. I finished the wedding on a second body, and I got the job done. But on the drive home, I called my wife, and I told her something I didn't even have to think twice about. I said, I'm done, I'm selling my Fuji kit, and I'm going back to Nikon. That was December of 2024, and the majority of my Fuji kit was sold within a month. After that, I didn't make a big announcement. I didn't post a dramatic I'm switching systems video. I just went out, bought a pair of Nikon Z6 two bodies, one right here, one that I'm currently filming on, and I bought a handful of lenses, and I got back to work with my next client. And honestly, it felt like I could breathe again. The grip, the menus, the way the camera's balanced in my hands, the flexibility of the RAW files and the colors, everything just felt familiar in a way that's really hard to explain unless you've lived inside of a single system for years. See, prior to switching to Fuji, I had shot Nikon for the better part of 15 years. And it was what I was used to. And so it felt like being back with an old friend. Now, the Z6 II, it's not flashy, it's not perfect, but it is solid and it's reliable. It doesn't freeze, it doesn't crash, it just does what I ask it to do, and even if it has some quirks, I've learned how to deal with them. And after what I'd been through, that mattered more than anything to me. But if I'm being honest, there was also something else going on in the background with why I didn't tell anybody about my switch to Nikon. See, I had built this entire YouTube channel around being a Fujifilm shooter. Reviews, tutorials, film simulations, the whole damn thing. I wanted to be one of the Fujifilm camera guys. Quietly switching systems felt wrong. It felt like I was betraying something that I'd been working really hard to build, and it felt like I was abandoning my audience. So I didn't talk about it. I didn't make videos. I just kept shooting. And even then, I knew this wasn't the end of the road. See, the Z6 II was my gateway back into the Nikon system, a bridge, if you will. It was a way to rebuild my kit and rebuild my confidence. Because the camera I was really working toward, the one that represents the future of my relationship with Nikon, it wasn't financially within reach for me just yet when I made the switch. But today, it finally will be. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've already come back to Nikon. I've already started to rebuild my kit, and I've already been shooting with these Z6 II bodies for the better part of a year and really enjoying it. But the camera that I've been working toward this entire time, the one that represents the future of everything I want to do in photography and video, the one that actually convinced me to switch back, it's showing up here today. I've never even held one of these cameras in my hand outside of like the display at Best Buy. But based on past experience, I already know without a doubt that it's the one that will feel like I'm coming home. Right now, this desk is empty. Once UPS gets here in a little bit, it won't be. I'm honestly just sitting around the house waiting anxiously so that I can open this camera on camera with you guys and share my excitement and finally take the lid off of this entire switch to Nikon that I've sort of been afraid to talk about. So I'm gonna go back to reading my book, wait for that UPS truck to get here, and as soon as it does, we're gonna open my new camera. It's here. All right, so this camera is finally here, and I finally get to unbox it. While I do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this all happened. I had purchased the Tamron 35-150 as part of my switch to Nikon, and I was convinced that going back to full frame, I would become a zoom shooter again. And if you want the truth, that didn't play out. My time with Fuji did one thing to me, and that was to permanently transform me into a guy who prefers prime lenses. That's why here I have the 24 1.8, the 85 1.8, and I'm filming this on the 50mm 1.2. Pet peeve time? Packing peanuts. I freaking hate these things. But we're just going to go ahead and dump them on the floor. And we're going to bust out my new camera. Maybe. Free packing peanuts if anybody wants any. I'm going to regret that when I have to clean it up later. But all right, here it is. My new camera is the Nikon Z8. Now, you probably guessed that because there's not a whole lot above the Z6 series in Nikon's lineup. But I have always wanted this camera. Since the moment it came out, I knew I was switching back to Nikon. It was inevitable. And Fuji's problems drove me this way, but I was already tempted. See, when I was on Nikon, back then, I was shooting on a D810, and I loved that big professional feeling body. I really, really enjoyed that, and I've always missed it. Even the Z6 II, you'll see here I have a battery grip on it because I like a beefier feeling body. And nobody until the Z8 came out had one in a Nikon body or in a mirrorless body. So sorry, I'm tripping over my own words here. This part's not scripted, and I really just want to put my hands on this thing and stop staring at it. I bought this used. This is not how they come packaged new. I got this from Allen's Camera in Pennsylvania, where I traded in the Tamron toward this purchase. Here we go. I've never held one of these outside of a store before. Oh my God. That is exactly what I've been wanting. This literally feels like my old D810. This thing, this is incredible. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. Oh, and it has a sensor shield. That's such a nice feature. All right, we've got to put a lens on this thing. Is there a battery in it? No. Ta-da! Battery in. Oh my gosh. That EVF is so much better than the Z6 II. That's unbelievable. All right, I'm going to stop boring you guys with this. At this point, I'm just going to nerd out on this camera for the next few hours and take photos of my dog. But thank you for being a part of this. Now I feel a lot better. You all know that I'm not the Fuji guy anymore. Unfortunately, I do miss my Fuji gear, and I would love to have 2 camera systems eventually with a few Fuji bodies for fun, but that's expensive, and I am not made of money. All right, so I'm excited. I'm going to take this out tomorrow on my 180-600 and try to photograph some wildlife, see the improvements with the autofocus over the Z6 II. Thank you for being a part of this, and have a great day.